guys, what's up? My name is Crystal, and this is the home for intelligent Black media. So, today we're talking about supporting small Black businesses. And this is important because we're always having the discussion about building up the Black community. Now, if we're serious about this, Black entrepreneurship is an important component to that because it creates jobs, it stimulates the economy. It introduces more products and services into the marketplace that are not only beneficial to the Black community, but other communities in general. And more importantly, it also creates Black wealth and legacy within the Black family. Now, I'm all for supporting Black businesses. I'm a Black entrepreneur, but I think that supporting Black has its limits. So let's talk about some of the things that I have experienced with supporting Black businesses. And this isn't to say, before I get started, it's not to say that all Black businesses operate the same, but these are just some of the experiences that I've had, and I've noticed that other people have had them too, other Black people. So let's talk about it. So what I've noticed, number one, and this is always high on the list. So after the sale, after you get to like the point of sale and you purchase like whatever your product or service is, let's just say that something's wrong. There is never like a refund policy in place. Like there's like no refund policy in place. There is no like customer satisfaction guarantee in place. And when you bring like issues about the product or service to the attention of the business, this is when they come in. This is when, the problem starts. And you are typically told that all sales are final. and that's it. Like, there's nothing set up outside the point of sale. You can't operate a business like that. When you build a business, you have to build that brand out. Everything is not going to work like clockwork. There has to be mechanisms in place. There has to be policies in place to mitigate issues with customers whenever they arise, and to just for the policy to always be that all sales are final or we don't have returns. That this isn't how we operate a business, and that is something that I consistently see with Black businesses a lot. Number two up on my list is consistency. I like consistency, and what I mean by that, like, is if I go to like a restaurant, for instance, and I buy like some wings or something. I like those wings that I got. Like, let's say like I bought some wings on a Monday. Whatever the recipe was on Monday, I like that. If I go back to your restaurant on Tuesday, I expect for that same recipe to be the same. I don't expect for it to change just because you have somebody different in the kitchen. Like, Popeyes doesn't operate like that. KFC doesn't operate like that. No respected restaurant operates like that. Everyone builds out their brand to encompass a formula, to encompass customer service policies and expectations, and even recipes. And I find that, again, that with Black businesses, oftentimes everything is centered around that product and service being sold. And once it is sold, that's it. Like, the brand hasn't really been built out. You can't operate business like that and expect people to support you. Hours, when are you open? Like, when are you open? Let me give you another example. I knew this guy a couple of years ago. And let me tell you something. Like, this guy, he could cook some jerk wings like it was nobody's business. Like, I loved his jerk wings. And he had like a small little business, a small little restaurant that he had opened up. And I wanted to support this guy so bad. But the problem is that I never knew when he was open. He had a full-fledged menu, which encompassed, he said that he served breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I would go there sometimes during lunch, 12 o'clock noon, lunch hour. He's not there. There's a big sign on the door that says closed. And I would call up and I'd be like, like I'm trying to get some wings. Where you at? Oh, I'll be there about 4 or 5. 4 or 5? I'm not coming back over here at 4 or 5. Like, I live on the other side of town. Like, when are you open? Consistency. Customers like consistency. Stay, hours. What are your hours of operation? That's something that's really big with me, consistency. Something else that's really big with me, and I see that it oftentimes like it is not there with like black businesses sometimes, and that's customer service. How you talk at home, how you deal with your friends is totally different from how you deal with your customers. Like, I understand that you have to understand like your target base. Everybody is not the same. If people are asking you questions, you can't be dealing with them like you dealing with your friends. Oh, what's on the menu? No, I asked you a question. Like, I'm asking you like a question. I'm asking you about like your policies. I'm asking you about your return policy. Like customer service is just important. Like, that's just a big one for me. Like, I like polite service. I like friendly service. It's just important. If you want to maintain like steady clients, steady business, all of that, it comes into play. What else is important? Now, a lot of people tend to have problems with this, and I actually don't have a problem with this um, if the service and the product, the product is good. But a lot of people tend to complain about black businesses having like really high price points. I actually don't mind paying, like a high price point if the product is worth it and the service is good. Like, I don't mind it. And I understand that sometimes with black businesses, you really don't know what the owner is going through. Sometimes, it's hard for them to get like good deals on whatever their products are, or just however they come to bring their product and service together. Sometimes they may encounter like higher price points. So that's the reason for why they're selling their, products or services at a higher price point. So, I really don't care if, again, the product is worth it and the service is worth it. Something else with black businesses that really gets under my skin, and it is when people who are black, they advertise that they have a black, that they're a black business owner. But everybody that's black isn't kinfolk. And you have a lot of people out there who are black, but they have issues with other black men and women, or they just really don't have, they really don't want to be bothered with the black community in general. These people, I have issues with them because they're exploiting the black community while not really wanting to be a part of the black community. So I like to keep a lookout on people like that, because you're not going to come into the community when it's beneficial for you, and then any other time, whenever anybody hears you, you have nothing but negative things to say about the black community. So I like to just keep a lookout for people who exploit the black community whenever they want, to make a profit, or they want to get something out of the black community. But outside of that, they really don't want to be bothered with the black people in general. What else? Yeah, that was my list pretty much. That was my list pretty much. But supporting black in general, it's important. But I'm not going to support black just because you're black. I'm going to support black because your products and your service are worthy of that, So I think that this is an ongoing like topic that we should actually like discuss in the black community, because again, when we talk about building up the Black community, Black entrepreneurship is a big part of that. But it's just not enough anymore just to support people just because they're Black. I mean, I'm not going to support you just because you're Black. I'm going to support you because your products and your services are worth it. I'll use myself for example. Like, I have this platform here. I don't expect for people just to tune in just because I'm Black, or to give me a sub just because I'm Black. I expect for people to show up because I'm actually talking about something that's beneficial. And as I go on, like, you can actually see like my platform growing and me investing into my platform. Like, that's how you create like viewership and audience, by creating material that is entertaining and beneficial and educational. So, but yeah, that's that. That's my commentary for today. Let me know what you guys, think about supporting Black businesses. What have your experiences been with supporting Black businesses? Get in the comments section. Let me know. And